Okay, so this is the lesson video for the second solo of Comfortably Numb, and you should probably watch the performance of it. It'll be in a link up here, and also I'll put the first solo up there too. And both those links will be down there in the description box too, as well as all, like I always list my equipment and stuff down there too, so it's kind of a good thing to look at. But you should probably watch the performance of this before you watch this lesson. It'll just make more sense. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any time talking about stuff. We all know the solo. It's a classic, and there's a lot to it, so we're going to get right into it. Okay, so we're in B minor, and we're going to be in this pentatonic position 1 for the most part. And then that little add-on down there. And that little add-on up here. That's where most of it takes place. And then later on we're going to come up here, which is position 1, an octave higher, right? And we're going to do some stuff in position 4. Okay, with that little add-on box there. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. We start with that harmonic, and that's just going to be here. Like, I'm not going to call a lot of frets in this one because we're in these boxes, okay? So it should make sense just by, you know, being able to see my fingers. So we're going to harmonic there on the G string. Okay, that's G7. Bend here on the G string, and then we're going to go, and a lot of this solo is timing. I can't really show you the timing, you just have to listen to the track, right? But you know, you see a lot of guys play this opening lick and they're, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you want to play it the way you want to play it, you know, it's all good, right? But I'm trying to get it the way it was on the record, so ending up on the G string. Then we're going to come up in this little extension box and do this. Okay, so that's that big bend on B12. We're bending up to the D note here. Okay, and then we just end on E10 with a sharp, I upstroke that, so I go. Okay, and you can hear how the delay kind of trails it out, which is nice. And then we finish that phrase by going. Okay, so far we've got. Okay, now we're going to go just up here on the B string. Right? Okay, now following that. And, you know, we really want to resist the urge to do that. Okay, because, you know, you really want to do that because that's so powerful, but, you know, the solo builds, right? So we kind of have to have a little bit of discipline, right? Now we come into this lick. And that's, we're going to rake into that and hit the E string on E7. And then up to E9. And the way I hear it, it sort of stops there. And then he does that half step bend on E9. Kind of trails that out. And we kind of, again, it's timing, right? This was one of the hardest licks for me to get because the timing is just weird. And that's you got to kind of hold that, right? Okay, a little vibrato, and then let it come out like that, like let it glide down. Now we're going to get into this lick. Okay, and this is one of 3 or 4 licks that descend like that, and they're all a bit different. And I see a lot of guys, when they play this solo, they kind of fudge these licks. And I mean, that's totally cool if that's what you want to do. If you want to do your own thing with it, you know, go for it. But I think it's really worthwhile to learn these licks because they're great licks, and they're all a bit different, but they're all really cool. Okay, so we're coming out of this, and we're going to go pull off from B10, and what I hear there is 2 on the B string on B7. Now a lot of guys will go, they'll do that Chuck Berry lick, right? But I don't hear that. I hear this, just 2 on that B7, and then up to the B8. So that last part, okay, I'm not going to talk you through that, I'll just play it a bunch of times slow. Right? And that's a slide, right? You slide that down. Okay, now we're going to come up here and do 3 on the G7. Okay, great lick. Really, really cool. So, that's the Chuck Berry thing, right? So, and that's da 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 da. And we end that up with, right? So that whole thing. Now, moving on. And this is the coolest. These next group of licks to me are just awesome. So we're going to go. So we're on the A string there, right? On A9 to D7. And then we do this. And that's a pull off on the D string to the G string, G7, right? We don't really want that. We want to, so we gotta kind of roll our finger there, right? That's the whole lick. And then another awesome lick. I mean, this is all just pentatonic stuff, right? The way he does it is really different. The Chuck Berry thing. And then we're down here and we kind of roll our finger again, right? We don't want to go. We want all that. We want... So that whole part. Now we do this just great lick. I think this is the best lick of the song. And it goes like this. Okay, just an awesome lick. So we're going to go Chuck Berry thing again. And then we, you know, I guess you could pull that off, but I think it's picked on the open A, right? Okay, just an awesome lick. Again, real slow. And then we end up, that's the double stop on the G and the B string. And we kind of pull on those as we land on the B note, on D9. And there's a series of those. And again, it's a timing thing, right? So... 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, ending on that. And then we're going to do this lick. And what that is a lot of guys they'll go, so they'll bend up to here on the first one, right? But it's not, it's a quarter or a half step bend. And the second one is a full step bend. I bend that way because whenever I can, I always get better vibrato that way. But you can go and do it that way, right? But remember, half step bend instead of a full step bend on that first one. So. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And then we're going to go. And that's just kind of one of those things, right? And then we're going to do another descending lick, and this one's going to go like this. Okay, which is another awesome lick. And this one, like the whole solo, like I said, is timing. And, you know, it's about trying to be in the pocket, not rushing and not lagging, not dragging behind, right? And this lick here, for me personally, I just feel a real tendency to rush this, so I got to really put the brakes on this lick, right? So, that's your first part. So, and we ended up by going right to the B note here and the double stop. Okay, awesome lick. And now we're going to get into this rhythmic stuff. And it's da-ka-da-ka-da. Okay, and it's down, bound to the A note here on A7. And then we're going to do this. And that's just there's double stop. Every time we hit that, it's a double stop. And the last time we go, instead of on the D string, we go G string. Da-da-da. And then we do this other rhythmic lick, which is, now I'm not sure if I got that end of that exactly right, but just and there's a lot of muting going on there, right? Because we just want to hit those two strings, the G and the B, and mute the rest with our fingers. That's how I do it. Okay, so we're going to do that whole bit now. Let's do it from here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's just such great playing. You know, it's so powerful. Now we're going to go up to that upper register bit. Okay, so we're going to come up here to that first position, up an octave, right? And we're going to do this. And I slide into that and just do that kind of circular vibrato, but you could go that if you prefer. Okay, so I go, so it's just 19, 21, and then half step bend. And what I do is I, third finger on that, and then I replace that with my first finger. Again, the timing is weird on that. You have to really listen to the track. Okay, now we're here. And that's, that fourth position, right? One, two, three. So that whole high bit. And next lick is, love that one. I rake into that. And that's G14, right? To G16, and then slide down the D string from 16 to 14, and finishing up on D12, and then here on A14. It's such a great lick. And we end up here again on 16, G16. And that's kind of a pre-bend. And then from there on in, I just kind of jammed it out a bit. And that's pretty well it. That's the solo. I mean, there's a ton of licks in there, and it's really the phrasing that is just so awesome. This is really a fun solo to play. I had a gas figuring all these licks out and doing the demo. Really a lot of fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the lesson. I hope you get something out of it, and for sure, you'll have a good time playing it. And like I said, those descending licks, like, I mean, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just trying to figure out what they did on the record, right? But in my opinion, I think it's a great idea to try and figure those licks out exactly like he played it, because they're just such great licks, and you can use those in your playing, right? I mean, that is such a killer lick, right? Anyways, that's it. Yeah, hope you get something out of it, and we'll talk to you next time.